Hello, viewers. This is A Destroyer 48, aka Alberto. I'm going live, living in color. Yeah, adjust myself. Okay. Hello. How are you doing? We're gonna be hanging out, chilling. Um, a couple of my friends are expected to show up. Um, there ain't gonna be no split screen. uh, They said they're gonna show up. If they don't, that's fine. Because people sometimes things happen and all that. They tell me to show up, but I can be insecure. Like they're gonna show up, but that's fine. But if they show up good, if they don't, they have things to do, and that's fine too. Um, Today I changed it up again. I'm saying we're chilling, we're relaxing. But other than that, this channel. It's this live stream. For number one, it's about movies. Two, it could be about video games. And three, anything related. At four, I'm just kidding. There's no four. Not that I could think of. Well, if there was a four, this is an important thing. I just thought about it today, and I'm actually pretty good at giving advice. I mean, we don't have to get too personal in here, but I mean, it could be anything from, hey, you had a bad day. It could be, and I'll be there for you, you know. And it could be some stuff. You could bring up stuff, something that's on your mind. I try to stay away from religion and politics and stuff like that, or personal information, stuff like that. But other than that, we ready to go. We're ready to fly. Ready to get people in here. Trying to get my live streams to grow, my movie reviews to grow. Now I'm trying not to sound selfish. This involves you guys. Once you guys start really hopping in here, and I start getting to know you guys, guarantee you, I'm gonna put everything and do everything I can to put you first. Um, Today I do have topics. Going to go into Star Wars. I'm planning to go 2 hours today at least. If things start hopping in here, I'll probably go another 30 minutes. I always say that, but I always end up doing it 30 minutes. But we'll see. We will see. Um, and We can just talk about topics first, if y'all don't mind. If you mind, throw protest in here. But I'll just start off. This is my warm up. It's kind of just talk in general about stuff like over here. In my area, it's kind of cold. I'm colder now. I woke up like an hour ago. I was like, cool. I hope I didn't oversleep because today was set for me to go at a certain time, and I woke up an hour before. And I was like, thank goodness I woke up in time, get ready, go talk to my online friends on PS4. Hi Shrimp, hi Troy. And I talked to them, and they said they would show up. Like I say, if they don't, they can't understand. It's a school night. um, yeah, my phone's ringing over there. Why? I didn't even think of anybody calling me right now. And I think I know who it is, but it's okay. I already let them know. What was I talking about before I was interrupted? Oh yeah, it's kind of cold. I woke up cold. Man, sometimes like I have a blanket and I forget to cover my legs. I get cold like that, and then sleeping barefoot, and that's not gonna help. Man, but we're already into what? We're in March going to April, and well, at least it's not April yet. Or is it April? I forget. But yeah, I hate that. It's it's cold, and isn't it supposed to be cold? And usually, what's winter time? December, January, February. It's the main ones, and sometimes it already starts getting cold in November, and then now we're in April, March and April. Now we're it's too late in the year for it to be cold. Isn't that weird? I guess it depends on what area you're living at. Um, the revolution that started, I don't know, for you all that seen my channel, I mentioned revolution. Revolution's about it's about love and respecting one another, peace, harmony, all that good stuff. You're welcome to join. This is my group. Correct myself. This is our group. And once we get it popping, man, it could be something beautiful. So don't miss out. I don't even know if I'm aligned up with this thing. Yeah, yeah, I look more toned. I wish I could lift more weight, but I'm sickly, and they told me not to be lifting weights because it could be harmful for my health. Yeah, and I'm on heart medication too. I had a rapid heartbeat and stuff. Um, yeah, join this revolution because it's cool. You come in here, you're not gonna get ignored. Even if I had a room full of people, which hopefully is gonna happen one day. Um, I'm gonna try to put in the effort to answer each and every one of your questions. Sometimes I'm not gonna succeed, and I'll apologize. I'll even apologize for it. But I ain't gonna have no split screen like other people have, and ignoring you guys. The thing is, and I want to see if I'm a hypocrite right now. Like if I was thinking of being on PS4, chatting with my boy Troy, my friend on PS4. But I don't want to seem like a hypocrite, like I already said. Like I don't want to be talking to my friends when I'm talking to you guys, something like that. But right now, I think it's fine because there's nobody in here. Well, I think I see people watching, but in the chat there's nobody, so I need somebody to talk to. But when I mean like a split screen and somebody's ignoring you, that means when I'm talking about this individual I was talking about in my other videos, if you all know who I'm talking about, which most of you don't, he'll have a full screen and like 90 people in chatting, and he'll be talking to his friend and he'll be ignoring most of your questions. And I didn't specify that much in my video. And you all know about the video where I was hot, um, talking about this individual, and I was also talking about other reviewers as well that have their own that stream live and stuff. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm gonna try not to get into it that much today, but I'm just spitballing here before I get started into the movies, and I'm trying to talk about things that just the top of my head. I wanted to do this warm up before I get started into the movies. And yeah, I talked about it's cold. We talked about those guys. They come in here and you get all the attention you want. Join my. Hey, now we got Shrimp. We got one guy, Shrimp. Hey, Shrimp, I want to mention to you, man. I know you're gaming and stuff. I'm not gonna try to get on you like answer me more questions, ask me more questions like maybe last time. Hey, Troy. Hey, guys. Thanks for the love and support. Um, I was gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna be considerate of you guys and tell you when you're playing your video games. Don't if I'm like send me another movie like last time because I was new to this. I'm like, tell me another movie. Tell me another movie I could talk about. Tell me another movie. And the thing is, you guys game on. You have fun playing your games, and if you're gonna take a break and go to the fridge and go get a drink or something, or you're eating something, if you want, that's when you can. You're not busy with your game. Stop by and mention a movie you want me to talk about. Right now, we're gonna start with Star Wars, and then we're gonna, like I told you, we're gonna start with other categories. I'm gonna try to chop it up, not exactly like this because we're gonna go by who you guys what you all say, but maybe like 30 minutes we're gonna do Star Wars, 30 minutes we're gonna do horror movies, 30 minutes romance. I know you guys don't have to mention about romance. You're gonna be like, hey, I don't want to look like uh like I'm gay because I'm straight just because I talk about romance. Maybe I'll go there on my own, just talk with the viewers. Anybody that wants to join in, that's seeing me live right now, join in. Join in the conversation. But I was telling Shrimp and Troy is they don't have to be stopping to tell me what movies they want to watch. If they're gonna take a break and go to the refrigerator, like most gamers do, go eat something, go drink something, stop by and put in a movie you want me to talk about. I'll talk about it. You see, these are my real friends. We may argue and fight all the time, but at the end of the day, we're friends. I'm there for them. They're there for me. They said they were gonna show up. They're gonna show up. Like I said, if they didn't, that's fine too. I know they're still my friends at the end of the day. They get busy. They're like anybody else. Just like me coming on here, sometimes I'm afraid, like, oh, what if my internet's bad? What if it cut off? Or what if I can't get my computer started because I'm not computer savvy? Thank goodness that I'm able to get on here. Yeah, a lot of bad luck always happens to me, and I'm not computers. I'm one of those people. Man, in high school, I couldn't even get my computer started. Back in the day, I had to do so many things just to get the freaking thing started. Man, I hated computers. I don't know if I do now because I actually maybe I love computers more because I'm here. Wow, we got three people in here. Oh, hey B, what's up? What do you mean, B? What do you mean you finally found me? I messaged you that I was gonna have a live stream today. So I hear the phone over there and stuff. Um, Troy says we can do crap during gaming. I don't know, Troy. Even when I'm playing with you, you don't even listen to me because you're too busy into your game, which is understandable. Or we can take a break. Yeah, you take a break. Bring in movies. You guys off the bat right now, get a head start. You can start talking about Star Wars and bring up subjects you want me to talk about Star Wars. But I'm mainly talking about the first three ones since I'm very young. The New Hope, Return of the Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back. I did not say them in order, and I did not say them in order. I'm sorry, viewers. Shrimp says he's gonna lay down after a match and watch. Awesome, appreciate that, Shrimp. Appreciate it. Troy too. Yeah, when you guys need to take a break, the gamers need to take a break too. I was gonna have my bottle of water. It's over here. Uh, Trip saying hi to B. Me behind. I couldn't see the live chat. B said she couldn't see a live chat. I understand that. I'm not very computer savvy. Man, it took me a long time when I was after that guy, my mentor, how to get a live chat. I couldn't even do it for a while. I am not computer savvy. I'm not cell phone savvy. I have a hard time with a cell phone. You're watching the one you said his name. She's one of the few people I know I'm talking about. I think Shrimp and Troy don't even know who I'm talking about. And I'm surprised. I talked to Troy about it, and I am surprised that he didn't ask me who that person was. But I think I told him before. But it's like we were just casually talk about it, and Troy didn't get into. I don't know. Maybe he thought it was none of his business, or something. But I mean, I would have told him. They're all saying hi to each other. Yeah. Once again, if you guys want to bring up about any of the Star Wars, but I'm talking about the main three. But you could jump off topic. I don't care. You can talk about the other Star Wars as well. You see, they're here for me. They're my real friends, and you too. They're part of the revolution. You can be part of the our revolution about spreading love, peace, all that good stuff. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. How should I say it? Maybe I'm not so peaceful. Go back then when I was small because I played football and sports, and you have to have that like that anger and stuff like that. And I had that anger with family issues, but I that when I played football, my anger issues, I put it on the field. And I was a running back. I like to hit stuff. I mean, that's a part of me you can't take away. You can't take away that anger and stuff I had, and I was a good athlete. I was not to toot my own horn or be cocky or anything, but it's just the truth. I was good. But no, I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't want to sound cocky and arrogant. And I don't want you guys to have that idea of me. And I'm not really that cocky and arrogant because I've been through so much in my life. I've been put down so much in my life. I put myself in that loser category and stuff like that. And a lot of times I did not. I know I was not a winner. Okay, then let's see what my what they're saying should be. Still saying respect. Troy brings up respect. That's a good one. Love is also a good one. That's the two main words I'm using right now. All three, including the revolution. How many of you guys want to be part of the revolution? We're gonna get it popping. We're gonna get it started. I mean, we're gonna make some noise. But once again, you y'all that are not familiar with me, once again, A Destroyer 48, aka Alberto, and we're waiting for you to be part of the revolution. It's all about peace and love, man. Respect. You come in here, I'm not gonna ignore you. The only way I would be able to ignore you is if I had a whole bunch of people right now, but I don't. I have my friends with me here. For you that are watching, if you're new, introduce yourself. Let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping. Let's get it going. Respect. Yeah, Shrimp. I had seen you earlier. Sorry, I didn't comment about it. He got disco lights in his room, doing a John Travolta kind of thing. Bet you $1 million. Do y'all should know who John Travolta is. He still does movies to this day. He may not be disco dancing before like he is. He's probably in a wheelchair, unless he's in a wheelchair going like this. Not to be making fun of disabled people, but he old. He old. He's not as young as I am, right? um, dang. Hey, Jelly. I know it's you. You're in another screen name. Are you gonna participate this time, or are you gonna be there throwing jokes, inappropriate ones as well? You know what? Let's get it started. Wow, what? I cannot believe this. We're already going on 19 minutes. I feel like I've been only doing this for like 2 minutes. He's a wiener. Jelly says. Um, you know what? I have been here 19 minutes. I think to go this long rambling about everyday stuff and like I was just doing my world. It's already gonna be 20 minutes. Like 30 minutes was already supposed to be one topic. But I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna jump into it now because we've already went in a lot. And we're gonna be talking about Star Wars. I'm gonna be talking about New Hope. I'm gonna be talking about Empire Strikes Back. I'm gonna be talking about Lords of the Ring. I'm just kidding. New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Yeah, 19 minutes already. Um, yeah, you're gonna put up the negatives, right? Well, all right, let's get into it. New Hope, you got Luke Skywalker. I already want to say Boba Fett, and Boba Fett doesn't even come out in New Hope. He's my favorite character of all time. He looks cool. A lot of people are gonna back me up on it. Boba Fett just looks super cool. And then you got your traditionalists that like Luke Skywalker just because he's the good guy. People are gonna like Darth Vader because he looks pretty cool. I was gonna put down Darth Vader comparing to my favorite, but I ain't gonna do that because I don't want to offend people out there like Darth Vader. Be saying hi to Jelly. Yeah, Shrimp saying R.I.P. Boba Fett. Rest in peace. He's awesome. Although Shrimp, there is a book out there about Boba Fett and says he did get out. You know when he he supposedly he died in part three where that he falls into the pit of that animal under whatever it is under the ground. Um, there's a book that says he survives that. And in the book, it does say that after he survives, he reunites with Han Solo, and they talk to each other and they give mutual respect to each other. I don't. I bet you $1 million. I do not have that book anymore. I don't even know what it looks like. I have another Star Wars book, but it's another one. Buffett didn't deserve death. Yeah, Troy, you're right. He did it. He's too cool. What was wrong with Return of the Jedi? What was wrong with that? I mean, I'm not. What was wrong with that? What was wrong with the directors when they made that? Why did you have to kill Boba Fett? Arguably, arguably the most badass looking character. Why? They should have had it like in some movies or cartoons where they defeat the bad guy, but the bad guy runs away or survives or whatever. Although I wouldn't want Boba Fett to be running away because he looks cool. If he looks cool, we need to put him that he's not gonna run away from a fight. But let's say they pushed him off a building and he survives somehow. B says Chewbacca's her favorite. Well, that's the first time I heard someone say Chewbacca's her favorite. There was a show where I saw this girl. It was like one of those competing shows, like Survivor or something. And it was about a camp or something. I don't want to go off topic, but I need to mention this. It was like a camping show in the woods kind of deal with Survivor. You bring all these people. They get some of them fall are attracted to each other, or what have you. It was a competing show like Survivor, but it was like they were in a what's it called, camping ground? What's it called? Summer camp kind of deal, but they were older. And this girl, she came in like she was those science freaks or whatever, and she had the thing of Chewbacca, the thing that comes across like a belt kind of deal. And when she came on with that, one of the other guests in that show was like, "Hey, that's pretty cool Chewbacca thing, whatever." She was a geeky girl. I'm taking my first drink of the day. You know what? These things are, since I'm sickly, they're very hard to open. I wish I had a butler to come do this for me. Not to drink it for me, but to did that make a lot of noise? Not to drink it for me, but to just to open it. I wish I was rich. Garcon, or is that what they do in restaurants? Mine is C3PO. Troy, you're just joking. No, I don't mean to make fun of him. He says this very character C3PO killed Darth Vader. You want C3PO to kill Darth Vader? Wow, that would have been a really that would be a really ending changer. He has bring back Brought back 3 times. Darth Vader that brought him back 3 times? You sure it was 3 times? Wasn't it 2 times? All right, let's just say 3 times for sake of argument. Blah, 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 blah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, like for Boba Fett. But I should be fair to everybody. I need to talk about other ones. Chewbacca. I'm trying to make this show about you guys, not just me all the time, not just my opinion. Chewbacca, strong, tall. He has his he has that gun, but it's like a bow thing. What does a bow thing, like a bow and arrow thing, have to do? But it shoots out a laser. I kind of like question that. I shouldn't question it about because alien technology. What do I know about alien technology, right? Well, in the first one, Luke is on that farm thingy. How does he get out of there? I get brain fart sometimes. They kill his family. Obi-Wan comes for him to help him. Obi-Wan says he's too old, and he wants Luke to help him out. And he starts teaching Luke about the Force. Excuse me. About the Force. Then I start thinking the Force. There's also what do they call the bad Force with Darth Vader? Is it the negative Force? And Luke's the positive Force. R2D2 used to be my favorite when I was little. Oh, adorable bee. Yay. How about the Dark Trooper? Who's the Dark Trooper? I want to. Oh, is there a Dark Trooper? And Shrimp says Stormtroopers. That's a very good point because I'm very weird about stuff. I was. You guys tell me this. I have another topic. Not to go off topic, but I have to go off topic. Me being a boy, a guy. Yes, I know today it's no offense to the gay community, and I know they have a lot of power now with the Democrats. The pronouns he, I am. I'm sorry, I don't know those pronouns. And why did I get into that? I don't even know why. I had a point about that and I forgot what it was. Oh, yeah, that I am a boy. I know I'm a guy. No, I don't mean to disrespect anybody's gay or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is when I was younger, things were different. I don't mean to sound like an old timer, but it's true. Things are completely different now. But I am gonna say I know I'm a boy. I know I'm a man. And my thing was the way I saw everything as us as little boys were into toy soldiers. Anything had to do with soldiers, like Star Wars, whatever. To us, it was like we're boys and men. We start off as boys and we start off with toy soldiers, any soldiers related, Star Wars, whatever, and then girls play with dolls. It was simple as that back then. Um, and my thing was I like to line up the soldiers, or if I had Star Wars or GI Joes, I line them up. And that's what I like about the stormtroopers. They line them up too. They would be all. To me, it's just a sign of power. Just look really cool that you line up your soldiers in squads, whatever. You have like rows of 10, another 10, 20, and 30. So have you. So that's why I like the stormtroopers, and they look pretty cool. And go back to what they're saying. He's been brought back 3 times. Gosh, Troy, I like you to explain to me the third time. I know the first two, but I don't know about the third one. Uh, and I don't know who the Dark Trooper is. You had to explain to me who that is. R2D2 used to be my favorite. Okay, yeah. R2D2 is underrated. Yeah, he helped them out a lot. True. Luke Skywalker and Master Yoda. Yeah, yeah. Luke Skywalker is the main character in New Hope, and I think all three of them. Yoda doesn't come out till what? Till Empire Strikes Back. So we're getting to where Obi-Wan he recruits Luke. Luke says no at first, but the Empire ends up killing his family along with some Jawas. They go into they end up trying to get a ride with they need a spaceship or a ride. They go to Han Solo, Chewbacca. They end up they fly off with Han Solo and Chewbacca, and they end up getting caught by the Empire. They end up in the Death Star. Um, I'm just gonna break it down the whole movie, and then they end up finding a way how to. Oh, they escape the Death Star. Then they meet up with the rebels on Java. Wow, I actually remembered something. Java, and was it Java? Or it starts with a Y. I probably missed out on that one. You guys tell me. What's the planet where they went with a rebellion to destroy the Death Star the first time? And then so they're on that planet where the rebels are in the first one. The rebels have all these spaceships and X-wings and stuff. And then they go to the Death Star, and Death Star puts up its defenses. Luke Skywalker even runs into Darth Vader, and there's a battle there, and the rebels defeat the Empire's defenses, and they blow up the Death Star. And the Death Star, which forgot to mention the main thing, Death Star is capable of blowing up planets, which they ended up blowing up Princess Leia's planet. I want to say Alderaan. Is that Lord of the Rings? Was it Planet Alderaan where Princess Leia lived? Shrimp, B, Troy, do you all know what? Here's a quiz for you. What was the name of the planet that Princess Leia lived, where the Death Star, where Darth Vader had them blow up her planet up? Was it Alderaan? I think, Troy. Wow, we're going into quizzes. I got a like for my live stream. Thank you, either one of you, who gave me a like. I like you too. Wait, yes, was it Alderaan? All right, cool. Well, you know what? We can go more talking about Star Wars because it started with that impression. Well, I could do whatever I want. Write my show. If y'all call me a liar, it's fine. That's because I started with a 20-minute intro. Okay, y'all want to move on to Empire Strikes Back? Anybody have any comments, questions, comments? Talk about Star Wars New Hope. Yes, Alderaan. But B, did you have to look it up or did you know it by heart? Do you know all these Star Wars facts by heart? I'm kidding. That shouldn't be me. Shouldn't be picky. um, I know some. All right, cool. Y'all want to jump into Empire Strikes Back? Next one. Okay, well, let's jump into Empire Strikes Back. If y'all want to say any comments about New Hope, that's fine too. We can go back and forth. I don't care. We're gonna go where the wind takes us. Empire Strikes Back. Yes, Boba Fett. Before we jump into Empire Strikes Back, y'all new viewers out there, if you want to jump in here, you can even introduce yourself if you want, or just watch whatever have you. If you're just watching, thank you for watching me. Whatever's your cup of tea, participate in the chat or just watch. And either way, I just want you guys to be entertained. Once again, my name's Alberto, aka A Destroyer 48. All right, let's jump into it. Empire Strikes Back. Yes, I love Boba Fett. Boba Fett finally comes out. He looks so cool. He's so awesome. Y'all have favorite other favorite characters? Bring it on. Tell me who you like. I'm like the I'm trying to just go off on Boba Fett and say everything about him first, or just start with a movie first. All right, let's be fair. I don't want to sound cocky and arrogant about my favorite character. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna be fair to everybody and just start with the how the movie starts. How does the movie start in Empire Strikes Back? Um Hoth. You got Hoth, the snow scenes, all the cool scenes. They start off with I don't want to. I just want to touch on it. I don't even want to start from the beginning of them because I'm gonna want to end up saying the whole movie. That's what I'm having problems right now. My movie reviews. I talk about a movie and I want to say the whole thing. And I have gotten some complaints. Destroyer, you're saying it too long. They're too long. Can you shorten it a little bit? Actually, that came from home family members. That one, um, Troy says he knows some Star Wars facts, and you know about that one. Well, Hoth, the rebels have gone to Hoth, and it's on a snow planet. Um, they obviously have, as you will see, they have defenses there. The Empire finds out that they have that they're hiding in Hoth. By they send these are they called probes or drones or something? And one of the drones ends up on Hoth, and Darth Vader's like, we they had some evidence over there. So yeah, Vader's like, that's where they're at. They didn't even have really good evidence, but Vader's gonna go by his instincts that they're there at Hoth. So the Empire's gonna track them down to Hoth, and there's a big. Once they find out the Empire goes, they have a big battle there. I have to go a little bit into detail. This one is my favorite part for the longest time. Still is. They have the rebels during the Battle of Hoth. They have these snow speeders that they can fly real low. They can go a little bit high, but they're usually for low. You have the cool. Oh my gosh, why didn't I think I like the walkers better? They're like dog. They're like there's like big machines, high, big, and they're like dogs, and they have like guns right here, and they start shooting. They start shooting the snow speeders down. Luke Skywalker, he's not even successful in the snow speeders, and he's a good pilot. I don't think in the snow speeder he could not take one down. He got shot. Isn't the hero supposed to do something like at least him take down one of them? He ends up taking one of those walkers down, but he has to. I don't know what's considered cheating. No, there's no cheating in war. He shoots the gun, but but he can attach it to some harpoon thing. He goes up and he hits the belly of the walker. He opens up a compartment, throws a grenade. Well, he opens it up with his lightsaber, and then he throws a grenade inside the walker, takes down a walker solo like that. But he does not. The point I has he does not take down a walker with a snow speeder. If he's a hero, it's kind of weird. But I think it's good. It shows that the heroes are not gonna win every battle. And B says that face attacked by the Imperial forces and its walkers on the ice planet Hoth. Correct, correct, B. Good job. Um, yeah. So my point, he has to. He did not take down an Imperial walker in his snow speeder. He needed to get off and take on a walker with a harpoon and a lightsaber. And I will mention this: when they shoot down Luke's light speeder, he has a friend in the back. That's the thing I like. They can shoot backwards. His snow speeder, like all of them, they have another pilot in the back shooting backwards. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I don't know. It's just I love vehicles where you have, and then they have some in World War II, like planes. You have the pilot flying, and you got someone in the back shooting from the back. I love that stuff. I like that. I like that position and shooting. And y'all could even refer to Planet Terror, the girl, the who who of you guys knows the movie Planet Terror? The Planet Terror I'm referring to. If you all know, there's a character. It's a girl, like a supermodel tractor kind of girl, and her leg gets chopped off by a zombie or something, and her boyfriend turns her her leg into a gun. It's like a machine gun, like an M16, and he can even launch. She can shoot from that machine gun leg, and she can even shoot grenade launchers from it. Okay, believable. Even in one scene, I'm getting off topic, but well, even in one scene, she she shoots down on her gun like the grenade launcher, and she flies up. Whatever. It's a movie. It's fun. But I'm mentioning, yeah, I love vehicles, and well, I was referring to her because her boyfriend is driving the bike, and then she's sitting in the back, and her boyfriend says, "Hey, turn the other way around," and she's sitting backwards, and she's shooting like enemies with her machine gun leg. Funny, entertaining stuff. Shrimp, Troy, do you know Planet Terror, that movie? And B, Troy saying a weird Star Wars fact: the Walkers was a major defense that the Imperial force could use. Was a major defense. The Walkers was a major defense that the Imperial force could use. Oh, so are you referring to the Walkers who come out of the movies? You're talking about the other Walkers, right? Yeah, the Walker even comes out in Return of the Jedi. I think you're referring to the other movies where the Walkers come out, right? They're defending, but I know in one of the new Star Wars movies, the Walkers are used in offense, just like the first one, except the Rebels they have cheaper. The speeders were I don't even know what you call them. They're used as speeders, but they're all ghetto. They're all old and everything. And there's just a desperate attempt to hold off the Empire before they escape. Shrimp doesn't know about Planetary. Look it up, Shrimp Planetary, and you'll probably like it. If you like zombies and sci-fi stuff, you'll like it. Well, actually, it's just like a zombie movie. Sometimes when I hear sci-fi, I think of aliens. That's the first thing I hear of. But but science fiction, I guess science fiction. Nah, I'm going all over the place. But science fiction is right. It science fiction also means monsters and all that stuff. The Sci-Fi Channel had a lot of that stuff. It was a sci-fi science fiction, but they had a lot of monsters and stuff like that on. Yeah, they're so cool. The AT&T, yeah, the AT&T. That's what I would get confused with the walkers because they were called for a while, or I don't know where they got that from. But AT&T, I always get confused with a phone company. Why do they call them ad walkers? If y'all know, let me know because I don't know. Troy says walkers were used for main defense. Well, obviously the walkers were good for offense too because they ended up taking over Hoth, and they even defeated the rebels in that other new movie. I'm not gonna remember the name. There's so many Star Wars movies I don't know the names now. B had said that the Ada walkers were so cool. Yeah, they were. I don't even know which ones were cooler, the walkers or the speeders. I like both of them, but I may go with the walkers because, well, for me, I'm biased because when I was young, the walkers came out. The walkers came out when I was young, and when as a kid, I wanted to buy the toy, and back then they were like $50, but $50 is way more now. What, $50 now is like what? I mean, it's the price is what gone what? How do you say it? Well, they're more. That would be more expensive now. That'd be like probably in today's money, $250. And yes, I'm still young, and I wanted one. And then my favorite memory, one of my favorite memories as a kid, is that they actually had a walker that walked, and I thought it came out in a commercial, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then I found out, I did my research now, and it turns out the only walker that could walk is a Lego walker. And I didn't see it as a Lego walker. I saw it as, y'all could look it up if you want. But the only toy I believe that could walk is a Lego walker. Maybe I didn't see it right on the TV. It did not look like a Lego walker to me. But my research says that's the only ones that could walk. And I wanted one as a kid so badly, but it did not look like a Lego walker. Maybe I just saw it walking. I didn't pay attention to detail what it really was. And that's one of my coolest memories as a kid. And then the real walkers, I thought they could walk, and that's not the case. Now it did have lights. The guns that the walker has right here, there's like a switch thingy. You can move it, and the guns would glow and make noises. And then I bought one when they start selling them again, and I don't know if they're like the original. I need to go. That's a good idea. I am interested. Thanks, guys. You're helping me out to think of these things. I need to go on the internet and see what an original walker looks like. Now I went to and they're like this, they're like that big, I think, or even bigger. And then I went to the flea market one time and I even saw one even more huge and more thick. I don't know if I would have bought it if I even had the money. They're expensive. They're like selling like for $150. And that was, I think I saw it like 5 to 8 years ago. Like I'm not gonna remember the exact year. But if it was a Lego walker, I don't know. Well, as a kid, I would have probably liked anything. I was a kid, but I would have been disappointed that it wasn't one of the originals. And then go back to their comments. The Imperial Force couldn't find the name good enough, so they said name. They said the name Adat Walker. Okay, I'll buy that for $1. For y'all don't know, you guys already should have seen RoboCop because that's a historical thing, important. And they say, I'll buy that for $1. That's a guy that says it on RoboCop. And Troy says, and the name of that was a easy name for the Imperial forces to remember. All right, Troy, are you questioning the intelligence of the Empire? B says that she remembers Planet Terror with Rosie McGowan. Rose McGowan. All right, B, who's Rose McGowan? I'll answer her response after this. Oh, we need to wrap up on that scene because I've already talked too much about it, I guess, and we need to move on to the rest of the movie. Well, the Empire ends up winning the Battle of Hoth. They break through they take down the snow speeders, most of them, and then they take down the rebel defenses in Hoth. They try to, of course, Darth Vader seems like he's gonna want to get lucky and try to capture the main force, but excuse me, I don't think they had a good chance of catching the rebels anyways because those walkers are too slow. If he would have gotten lucky and captured them, it would have been because the rebels did something really dumb. But they ended up going to. They almost captured him, I guess. Maybe it would have worked, but like Princess almost gets caved in, and she's trying to get to her own transport spaceship, but Han Solo ends up taking her with him, and then they almost got captured because the Millennium Falcon Han Solo ship didn't even want to start, but they ended up getting a start, and they escaped the Empire. So that's the end of that scene. Yeah, B saying that she remembers the girl with the machine gun leg in Star Wars. I'm just kidding. She's talking about Planet Terror. All right, and after that, Luke ends up going to meet Yoda for the first time. And what's the name of the planet? Okay, guys, what's the name of the planet where Yoda's at? Oh my gosh, I'm getting these names backwards. I want to say Yavin, but Yavin is actually the base from the first movie. The first name I was trying to find. Let's be clear, folks. I'm not getting these names to these planets right. Yavin, and oh my gosh, I used to play PlayStation 2, the Star Wars game, and it had all the planets, and I still can't remember them. And I played that game a lot. I must be getting very young. Dagobah. Oh, thank you, Dagobah. Dagobah is a planet. Good job, Troy. Dagobah is a planet where Yoda's at. Also, also came out in Charmed as Paige. Okay, B, I'm getting lost. Okay, she came out Charmed as Paige, but what is she? Who did she play in Star Wars? And Troy says, "Yeah, that is Yoda's planet." Same in Lost. Okay. You know what? If we wanted to, we could probably do the whole 2 hours about Star Wars. That's Yoda's planet. Yeah. So Luke is in a after his defeat. I don't. He doesn't even look like he cares that he lost in Hoth. But maybe his frame of mind is like it's not about the loss. We could save the battle for another day. Be positive, and or Luke can say, "Hey, it was a tie. It was a tie. It wasn't a loss." It's like people say about Vietnam. Some people say we lost in Vietnam, but like in that 70s show, that says that we didn't lose. It was a tie. Okay, say to each his own, whatever. I can do a whole thing about Vietnam. I have expertise in Vietnam, but I will bore everybody in Vietnam because there's very few people that like Vietnam. I'm a rare bird, man. I'll get into Vietnam, but I'm not gonna do that here. 'Cause I'm into boring people because I know people are not into Vietnam here. At least most people. But in Vietnam, they had the most awesome freaking vehicles. The Americans, they have the Huey helicopter shooting and stuff. You like action? They have tanks. They have all this good cool stuff. But I'm getting off topic. I'm gonna talk about Hey, Vietnam in Star Wars. How does that sound? You have the Viet Cong and the North Vietnamese, the bad guy in Vietnam. Like, have you seen Rambo 2? You know what I'm talking about? The enemies, the Vietnamese and stuff coming out in Hoth in Star Wars. Same in Lost. B says she didn't come out in Star Wars. You mentioned Planet Terror. Oh no, is that her? You know what? I've been seeing commercials to Charmed, and I didn't even know that was her. Thank you for telling me that, B. So the girl, the machine gun girl, comes out in the show Charmed. Shrimp, Troy, do you know a show called Charmed? It's about witches. These young girls are witches. An old show. The show is old, but I'm not old. And I'll wait for the responses, and I can talk about going back to Star Wars. Yes, Luke gets trained after the defeat, and maybe let me get to this point. What I meant is like Luke Skywalker was probably like, hey, I don't see it as a loss. We survived. Survive would be a win, right? They can, yeah, so they can live and fight another day, which is very important because it's just not a battle; it's for their survival. The Empire catches them. The Empire is going to kill them or torture them. Either one of the two or both. Yes, somewhat. um. So, anyways, Luke he ends up in Dagobah with Yoda. Once again, thanks Troy for Dagobah. I would have never gotten it. And he meets up with Yoda. Make a long story short, but he starts training. Yoda starts training him to be a Jedi. The part I don't understand. Do you guys remember Dagobah? Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker goes into a cave, and then he ends up meeting Darth Vader. But ends up, and I remember Yoda saying, because Luke is putting on his belt with his gun, and Yoda says, "You won't need those." Something about you can't take something with you, or I don't know what. And then Luke goes inside that cave, and he ends up facing Darth Vader. And then what happens? He kills Darth Vader by beheading him, and then you see Darth Vader's helmet because he's got beheaded, and he sees his face in the helmet. That raises a lot of questions. What is in that cave? Is it a magic cave? It's telling them something, and it's telling them something good. And I guess we figure out that yeah, what does that mean? The cave is like magic cave or whatever it is. It's actually showing to me. It's showing that Darth Vader is your blood, that the face, because we're gonna find out later that Vader is his father. Vader is Luke Skywalker's father, which he later on in that film he will find out. So so I'm trying to find then we go back to the training, and isn't it that part, why does he leave Dagobah? He's supposed to complete his training. You're gonna be taking on the Empire, the best chance you have is to complete your training, right? Well, Luke ends up. I know he's standing. He's doing during his training. He's doing like a one-handed handstand and picking up a rock, something with his training. And then he gets a vision. Is it he gets a vision that Leia, Han, like his friends, like something bad's gonna happen to him? He gets a vision that something bad's gonna happen to him. So he ends up telling Yoda, "Hey, I gotta go. My friends are in danger," and that's where he ends up taking off. Yeah. And y'all have any comments about that? And at the same time, um, you're gonna have Han, Leia. Was it Han, Leia, Chewie? Hey, wait a minute. Where's Obi Wan in all this? I don't remember Obi Wan. Oh, Obi Wan already died. Hey, can you guys check this out? I forgot Obi Wan died already in Empire Strikes Back. Me and my brain farts. My gosh, man. I don't know if it has to do that I'm sickly, that my brain don't work that much or whatever. I'm surprised I'm able to do this, but at least I'm talking. Is that when Yoda whips Luke with a stick and Luke ship sinks in the swamp? Yes, yes, yes. B. That's Dagobah. Correct. Now, yeah, I was going back to okay. Luke is in training, but at the same time, it's Leia, Chewbacca, and C-3PO and R2D2 are with them, right? I was gonna say Obi-Wan could Nobi, believe it or not. So it's three humans, two droids, correct? At this time, they're evading the Empire. I think the Tie Fighters, are they're on their trail. They're after the Millennium Falcon. And that's when they go into an asteroid cave. They go in there and they hide from the Empire, but the Empire's still bombing them and stuff. Well, they're bombing all asteroids there, trying to find them. The interesting thing is those big space battleships. They're actually going through an asteroid field, right? Correct, and they're taking damage. Now, here's a thing for debate. They're gonna put starships, starships on the right. What's the name of those triangle big ships? We can call them big starships right now. They're destroyers. And then what these? Hey, like my name, or like not really my name, but my screen name. It's debatable. Are you gonna put those? Are you gonna put those? Let me adjust this a little bit. Are you gonna put those big destroyers, which probably call I don't even know. Okay, in dollars, probably say billions. So it's probably worth more than that. I don't know what kind of money, the currency they use in the Empire uses, but those starships are so huge that it's gonna cost a lot of money, a lot of time to build them. You're not gonna make one of those things in one day, as far as I know. Are they worth going through an asteroid field to damage those expensive vehicles to just hunt down five rebels, which you don't even know they're going to be a big threat in the future? Again, it's Leia, Han, Chewie, R2D2, C-3PO. Are you going to really? And at that time, they don't. Did they see him? Okay, I think they did see him as a threat. Yes, they're a threat because they destroyed the the Death Star and New Hope. I'm sorry, I have to work this. That now I feel very ignorant for really dumb for forgetting that. Yes, they are a threat. So I guess yes, they are a threat to the Empire. So yes, I think you would. You're gonna put those Star Destroyers in harm's way because these five rebels are a threat to your empire. If you let these five rebels go, they can take you down. Your whole thing, you won't have anything. Correct? The Triangle of the Sith. Here's the name. The Triangle of the Sith. Is that why the Death Stars are in shape of triangles? That's what I think Troy's trying to say. Yes. Okay. Very interesting. Where did you learn that, Troy? They even have like comic books on Star Wars too. So it represents a Sith. Wow. And we at that time we didn't even know who the Sith was, Troy. We didn't know who the Sith was until the other Star Wars movies come along. I don't remember them saying Sith in the old movie though. He says he has the old movie collection. Well, you tell me where they mentioned Sith in the first one. Maybe they do. I don't remember, but where you found that information, where exactly you found it, where I can find it, I'd like to know and see that. That'd be very interesting. And I felt you guys. Let me tell you guys this. I felt kind of dumb talking about Star Wars right now because I'm gonna think like all my viewers are like talking about Star Wars. Everybody's talked about it for a million years. Those movies have been around a million years. But the thing is, this is my first review on Star Wars, so this is kind of new to me. Right now, it's helping me with my Star Wars education, just going over through this information. And now I'm remembering, I'm learning stuff new. According to Troy, they already knew about the Sith in the first three Star Wars. I did not know that. I thought they didn't bring up the Sith. I didn't see the Sith name until I don't know the new Star Wars movies after that, after the original three. And those I'm gonna say right now, I'm I know about the first three. I can't keep track of the names of the other ones because they made so many, and I didn't see those other ones that much. I mean, I think what happened to my other Star Wars movie? I don't know. They don't say it. They don't say it. So how did you know about it? Kidding. Okay, me and Troy are debating about something, but but he knows that the triangle shape of the Death Star of the destroyers are because of the Sith. You can keep commenting, Troy. Um, so yeah, they're stuck in that asteroid in the Millennium Falcon, and they're hunting them down. That point came out a long way, right? Well, that's what we're here. This is a chat. Discuss what we want to discuss. And then what ends up happening? How do they end up getting captured? Yeah, we have to go with them first too because Luke is already seeing that he already wants to leave because he sees the future going in that cave that his friends are in danger. Okay, they're gonna end up going to. They escape. They're gonna escape. They're going to escape the Empire from the asteroid. I remember they somehow they fly by, and then oh yeah, there's a monster in there. It tries to. They're inside a monster in the asteroid. Some big earthworm, asteroid worm, whatever you want to call it. They escape from the asteroid. The earthworm tries to get it. Famous scene. And then they latch on to one of the Death Stars. How I don't know, like super glue. And right there and then they're gonna Han Solo's looking through the computer banks in the Millennium Falcon, and he's gonna find out about Lando that he can go find refuge in Lando's area, which is gonna be Sky City or something like that. And then Troy had said they don't say the Sith in the first three movies. So they all go to end up going to Lando's place for refuge. Lando greets him really nice and all that, and then they're gonna find out that he traps them where Lord Vader or Darth Vader is at. He's already there. We've already passed an hour. Um, and then that's where Luke Skywalker. We already went to Luke. Luke is gonna go. He's gonna go after him. He tells Yoda, "I'm gonna bail. Sorry, I can't complete my training. I'll be back. I'll be back. Whatever." And he takes off. Luke's gonna take off in his X-wing with R2D2. I made a mistake, guys. You didn't tell me. R2D2 is not with the Millennium Falcon. I said the two droids. No, R2D2 is with Luke Skywalker. I apologize, fans. That's why I need you guys in here to correct me. R2D2 is not in the Millennium Falcon. He's with Luke Skywalker. What was I thinking? So it's gonna be Luke Skywalker and R2D2 to go rescue uh, Chewbacca, Han, Leia, and C3PO at Sky City. And you know what? Before I need to mention this, before they get captured by Darth Vader in Sky City. I'm just gonna call it Sky City. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it's called something else. Somebody shoots C3PO and breaks him apart. No, he's actually malfunctioned, dead to a point. Um, but I have a theory about that. You could There's either two people. They don't show who shoot C3PO in that scene. Do you remember that, Troy? Guys, do you remember B Shrimp? They shoot C3PO and they don't show. Yeah, they don't show who shoots C3PO. But I have a theory who shot him. It's either gonna be a trooper. What did I say? A stormtrooper? Can't talk. A stormtrooper or one of those little pig guys. In Sky City, they have these little pigs that are working with a junk thing. I think it's a stormtrooper. I don't think they're gonna put one of those pigs as a threat. There's like these little pigs that are working with a junk in Sky City. If you remember, yeah, I agree, Troy. I think it's a stormtrooper. I want to say it's little pigs, and actually that was my first guess because they show those little pigs in Sky City working with a junk. And for why Troy? You know why, guys? Because a voice for some reason that goes, "Who's there?" Remember that? Who's there before they shoot him? It does not. To me, it doesn't sound like a stormtrooper. And they have that like kind of like you're talking through a helmet or kind of like a robot voice. The stormtroopers usually, and the voice is so clear. It's an ugly voice, but it sounds clear, and that's why I never thought it was a stormtrooper. So that's why I want to say it was a little pigs. But then I looked dumb again. Well, how would a little pig sound like that voice? If y'all remember the voice of the whoever, it was a voice of whoever shot uh C C3PO. And anyways, we'll move on from that. But Troy, you can continue. I don't think Troy's gonna comment it because he already said it was a stormtrooper. But bro, you can comment on anything you want. Even if I move, I'll come back to your question. Um, so that you they have And besides, that's that Sky City, whatever. If y'all anybody know the name, please let me know. But I'm kind of Sky City for from right now. It's a very beautiful city, and it's in the sky, clouds, all that stuff. And one thing I will remember is that not just the city was beautiful, but they have them in a beautiful room, captured. It's real pretty, and then I remember Princess Leia's hair kind of deal. She has like these two. They're like pigtails, but they're rolled up. Not like the original, like the first one. These are different. The room is real pretty. Chewie's in there. When Darth Vader captures them, I remember they start torturing Han, and then what's his name? Oh my gosh, I already forgot his name. Han Solo's friend, the guy that he's the boss of that area. What's his name, Troy? No, anyways, the boss from Sky City's talking with Darth Vader, and Vader's saying like, or like the boss is saying from that city says, you promise you wouldn't do nothing to them, they're not captured, and then Vader says, I'm gonna do basically whatever I want. Back then, the stormtroopers and the Empire Strikes Back, they were different. Yes, that's true. The face mask, the main thing you could tell that they're different. And going back, Vader's making the deal worse. He wants to have them captured, and I think that was it. I think Vader said that he had told the boss there almost 2 hours. Time to go fast. Yeah, it does, shrimp. Guys, what's the name of the? I don't mean to be racist or anything. The black guy, I can't remember his name for some reason, from Sky City. Han Solo's friend, like he's black. What's his name? Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, anyways, he's saying that he's made a deal. The boss of Sky City's made a deal with Vader, and I think was they were there to stay with him, prisoners in Sky City, but Vader's like, no, I'm gonna take him with him. I think that what it was, and I do remember Vader says, "You're lucky I'm not gonna alter the deal even worse and have a battalion of my troops staying here." You know, I was not right. It's not. Shrimp says 2 hours, but I got an hour and a half. Yeah, we're close to hour now. We're actually an hour and 20 minutes in. Lando, thank you. Thanks, B. Lando. Steve. Shrimp, you're trying to say that Steve was his name was Lando, his name was Steve. That's one of the funniest things I've heard. Yes, his friend. But they're gonna become enemies because um Lando turned in Leia, Chewbacca, and turned them in, so they're not gonna be friends for a while. Till Lando in part three is gonna well, here he's gonna turn his back on Vader, and then he's gonna help save Lando, and I think that's when Lando is gonna forgive him. But yeah, we can probably finish up with this one. Luke ends up going to Sky City. They're going to I don't even know what it's called. They're gonna put Lando in hibernation. They're gonna freeze him. They freeze him, and Luke gets there too late. He does not get there on time to save his friends. Hurry up, Luke. Should have hurried up. Should have hurried up, bruh. and then Luke is gonna have the iconic first. He's gonna have his first lightsaber fight with Darth Vader. Now, I will mention this. Did you guys ever think about this? In the first movie, wouldn't it have been iconic for Luke to already fight Vader? Should they have had their first lightsaber zoom, 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 lightsaber fight in New Hope, the first Star Wars movie? But what ends up happening is Obi-Wan. I don't even know. It makes sense. Obi-Wan has the first lightsaber fight with Darth Vader. That's the first real fight, lightsaber fight, because you can count. I don't even know if you remember when Obi-Wan chops off the alien's hand in the bar in the first one. That's not considered a fight. That's just considered a what, how would I call it? He just takes out the alien real quick, just chop off the hand. That's it. Yes, Troy, you thought about that? I mean, it to me, it's a valid point. Not to be biased against my own point, but it's like if you're gonna have okay, let's put it this way. Let's go back to New Hope. Okay, we're going all over the place. Who cares? We're gonna talk. We're chatting here, right? This is the real deal. Let's say, okay, listen to me, guys. If you're listening, for you guys that are listening, and if you're busy, that's fine. And I'm talking to you viewers out there. In the first New Hope, let's say like they came out with a movie, right? And then the people say, "Oh, this movie sucks," and then the director's like, "This movie sucked, and nobody came to watch it. We're not gonna make another one." That could have happened. Anything can happen. And then you don't have, and let's say, okay, like I said, there's no Empire Strikes Back. The movie sucks. They're not gonna make Empire Strikes. The whole Star Wars franchise is destroyed because everybody said it sucked. How is it gonna look that the movie ended like that? That the main hero, which everybody knows is Luke Skywalker, didn't have an iconic lightsaber fight with Darth Vader. It's gonna the franchise would have ended with Obi-Wan dying, and you don't have an iconic fight, which you know is Luke Skywalker, the good guy, versus the main bad guy, Darth Vader. How is that gonna look? How would have turned out? It wouldn't have looked good. But you know that Obi-Wan, once you know more about it, he sacrificed his life to come back as a spirit, a ghost, whatever, to help guide Luke Skywalker. But like I said, let's say the movie sucked, they didn't make a sequel, whatever, bad, wouldn't it? And this has happened before, guys, where they invest in a movie. They're like, we're gonna invest all this money in this movie, whatever, and it bombs, and they just lost a whole bunch of money on that movie. How many times has that happened? A lot, more than you think. Troy says it would have made more sense due to the fact of it being more accurate for the story. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I had another point too, but I forgot it. But I remember we'll come back to it. Um, but yeah, that was a point I brought. I had another point too, but I forgot. Moving on, we're gonna go back. Let's go back to Empire Strikes where we left off. We're at Sky City, and we are talking about the deal. Excuse me, with Lando. That deal he had with Darth Vader, and Darth Vader keeps, how's it called, upping up the anthem. He's doing more what he wants, and he's breaking his promises to Lando, mostly concerning what's going to happen to Chewbacca and Leia. Not really so much Han because his fate is set in stone. He's being carbonized, getting free carbonite. I remember that word. So they ended up freezing him. Luke gets there late. He doesn't get there in time with his friends, and then we have the famous lightsaber scene. That's where we left off. And during the fight, it makes sense that Darth Vader has more experience in fighting lightsaber and all that than Luke. And Darth Vader ends up chopping off Luke's hand. Correct. Then Luke falls down. He sacrifices himself or whatever. He falls down, and Vader did not threaten, but he invited Luke to join him to the dark side. Correct. Um, so Luke is falling down. He ends up on some some wires. Let's just call them wires. On the bottom, he needs help. He's on the bottom of Sky City. He can fall. He's hanging on a dear life. And I was wondering, how did Leia and Chewie get out of the situation? And I'm just remembering right now. Lando turns his back on Darth Vader, but I think Darth Vader's already left. And Lando gets his troops to to trap stormtroopers that are escorting Leia and Chewie to, I guess they're escorting them somewhere, probably to one of Darth Vader's ships. I don't know, or maybe they're waiting for a ride to go there. But it doesn't matter because Lando ends up trapping those stormtroopers when they take the stormtroopers' guns. So he rescues Lando rescues back Leia and Chewie, but I'm pretty sure at this point in time, people kind of don't care because when I saw that the first time, I was like, "How dare you, Lando? How dare you turn your back on your friend and all that?" But it's better than nothing. Lando could have just kept going along with Darth Vader says, or just join the dark side or whatever. So it's better that it happened that way. Lando ends up telling them that Leia and Chewie, it's not too late to save Han, and yeah, they do go run after him, and then we have my favorite scene, maybe, even though I was 50-50 because I was your regular average Joe fan, and I was rooting for the good guy, especially as a little boy. And I got into the movie. I was like, "Whoa, how dare they? They're the bad guys!" But then I saw the famous Boba Fett and his slave. I remember the name. I have to. Slave One. That's the name of the ship. That's where they're transporting um, Han into Slave One. They've given the. I don't even understand. I don't understand that part. Why would Darth Vader? Darth Vader is not interested in having Han as a trophy. Why does Darth Vader hand over Han to Boba Fett? And I think Darth Vader says, "Do whatever you want with him," or something like that. Why? Is it because Darth Vader is more into, I don't need him as a trophy. What I'm more into is to rule the universe. And actually, it's not even him to rule the universe. He works under the Emperor, which I'm sorry, I've not even brought up yet. Troy says, or did I already read this already? No, yeah, Troy already said that. Accurate for the story. But why? Yeah, I guess that's why. Darth Vader is more into. You see, I bring up the stuff and I just come up with more questions. Okay, you want to rule the universe. Secretly, we know inside, but at the end of the day, remember the Emperor is still alive, and Darth Vader can't really. rule the universe 100% because he's working under the emperor. The emperor is the one that's going to have all the power. But we don't get into part three where we find out that Darth Vader is going to end up telling Luke, together, son, before their battle. I think we can rule. We'll take care of the emperor. We'll kill him, and and then you and me will rule the universe as father and son. And more than likely, if that happened, Darth Vader's gonna die of old age, like I would think, and then Luke Skywalker would be the ruler of the universe. Correct. So I need to finish it off. I believe, but are we done with that? Because okay, I still hadn't said it. Bubba Fett, they do escape. You see, Han and Chew, Han, no, Han didn't slay one. We got Princess Leia and Chewbacca. They're trying to save Han and stop Bubba Fett's ship, Slave One, and Bubba Fett does escape, and they almost get there to save him, but they're not that close to saving him. So he's already in Slave One. They start look. There's another thing. Princess Leia and Chewbacca end up shooting at Slave One. If you were to blow up that ship, wouldn't you blow up Han with it? Why are you shooting at a ship? I mean, it's possible, right? You're gonna blow up the ship, and there goes Han. You'll never see him again. Does that make any sense? That doesn't make. You should have. The right thing to do is they should not even shoot at that ship because for one, they ain't gonna stop it. It's already in the air. Two, if you blow it up, it's gonna be worse. You're gonna blow up which is Leia's boyfriend and Chewbacca's companion. You're gonna blow up your friend and your boyfriend. Does that make sense, people? Leia, Leia and Chewie, and I don't even remember they revived C-3PO and Lando. They go in the Millennium Falcon and they go save Luke because remember he's still hanging in the wire thing under Sky City. They save Luke. There's a compartment on the Millennium Falcon. They save him, which would be kind of hard to do with all that wind up there, wouldn't you think? But I have to say these things to be a critic. That's what I do in movie reviews. So I'm technically a critic. I'm not a professional critic, but I'm a critic. Anyways, they go save Luke Skywalker, and they're in the Millennium Falcon. Mm, and they take off, and then in the Millennium Falcon, they join the rebellion, and I don't know what they call it. They have all their spaceships together, and there's where Luke is gonna recuperate, and they're giving him a mechanical hand. They're in one of those spaceship hospital thingies. And Lando and Chewie for sure, they're in the Millennium Falcon. They're gonna get ready to go after Boba Fett, and they're gonna end up with Jabba and Empire Strikes. Sorry, not Empire Strikes Back. With Jabba in Return of the Jedi, and they're gonna go try to save Han. So we don't even know how long it takes the timeline. How long did it take for them when Han and Chewie? It's something kind of dumb to bring up. It doesn't matter, but it's just a question I have. It's like, how long does it take for Han and Chewie when they're gonna go save Han? What's the timeline between them taking off and then going to Jabba's palace, where they're gonna find out they're gonna send Boba Fett's gonna send Han to Jabba's palace, and that's where they give Han as a trophy to Jabba. And actually, they're not gonna give it. I'm pretty sure Jabba paid Boba Fett for that because there is a bounty on Han. And I'm sorry I didn't mention that. I just remember that there's a Jabba has a bounty on Han Solo. I would like to know. So because Han and Chewie, they don't know at that point in time. I'm pretty sure that they're not. They shouldn't know. There's no evidence showing they know where they went, where Boba Fett took Han, unless there's a book out about it. How long did it take for them to go find Han? Was it a day, a week, a year? Because in my opinion, they have to find out where he is first. How long did it take them? But I could speculate about this for the longest time. If anybody has their 2 cents, they could tell me now. But I think it's gonna be I don't know. Maybe they just don't show that information. But I'm not the only one to ask questions to, probably like irrelevant questions. But I don't know, it's just out of curiosity. I'm a curious guy. So we're gonna jump into, and then, well, yeah, Boba Fett took off with Boba Fett. He just took off with Han. At that point in time, nobody knows where he's taking him. I don't think he knows. Or I don't know if they had mentioned that if there was any information leading to Boba Fett was gonna take Han to Jabba. I think maybe he said it. I don't know. I don't remember. Y'all could tell me that information if you don't know. Before we jump into Return of the Jedi, I'm gonna thank everybody who's watching. Thank my friends, my PS4 friends. B, thanking B for being here. I think they're still in here because they would have. Sometimes they usually tell me when they leave. Sometimes I think B went asleep because I saw someone leave. I don't know if she's still in here now. B, are you still in here? I think Troy and Shrimp are still with us. Again, if you're watching, thank you for watching my live stream. If anybody's joining, I don't mind repeating myself. My name's Alberto, aka A Destroyer 48. Say it many times. Thanks for watching. Right now, we're talking about the original 3 Star Wars series: New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I was gonna say it. Feel free to join the chat. Ask me questions, comments. We're starting a revolution. Let's get it popping. So let's get it going. You all are welcome to join the chat and ask questions, or you want to watch. You're comfortable just watching. Have a good time. All right. I think Troy and Shrimp are playing video games, which is fine, guys. I hope you're having a good time. You get a chance, bring up questions, comments, whatever about Star Wars. We're doing Star Wars right now. I might just do this Empire Strikes Back, and then we can go to other topics, perhaps. I go where the wind takes me. All right, let's go into Empire Strikes Back. By the way, we're already at 1:40, and I promised to be here for 2 hours. I might want to do the extra 30 minutes and do it on horror or something. Sci-fi and horror, my main thing, and comedy movies are pretty good. Romance is good too. We got Empire Strikes Back. We're in Java's palace. Lando has. It starts off with C-3PO and R2-D2. They get to Java's palace. They get in. Boba Fett's there. They have transported Lando. They froze him up, carbonated him, and he's there on Jabba's wall and stuff like that. And They send it, like I said, they send the droids first, C-3PO and R2D2, and then they're gonna, and then um, Luke gets there, and I don't even remember how did they trap him. I know there's a trap. Oh, that's when Leia gets there with a look Wookiee. They're all coming in right at different times. Leia comes in disguise as some alien with a mask on. She has a Chewie. I believe she gets there before Luke does. Is that correct? She gets in with a chain with Chewie. She's negotiating. She's pretending she's selling Chewie, which was probably on. Excuse me. He's on. I think there was a bounty on Chewie as well as Han, but Jabba already has Han on the wall, carbonated. And so Leia comes in with that disguise. She has Chewie with a chain. She negotiates just to have a collect bounty on Chewie, the Wookiee, Han's friend, and Jabba does not give her a price that she's happy with for the bounty for Chewbacca. And she takes out, everybody reminds a iconic scene. She takes out a little, I guess it'd be a grenade, it's a detonator. Jabba does not give her the price she wants, but he comes up with a price that they agree on. It's a little bit, gives her a little bit more. Jabba says he likes her style. And then after that, she stays in the palace, and I think we already see that Bubba Fett's there. But they have hands still carving on the wall, and then Leia in her disguise mask thingy uniform. She ends up rescuing Han and from the wall, and he's in human shape. He's not carbon anymore. But Jabba already knew this and trapped her. Everybody was there. They were just all hiding and stuff. How would you hide? There was a lot of aliens and stuff. Jabba's minions or his peeps, whatever you want to call them. How would you hide that many aliens? That'd be one of my questions. Oh, anyways, he had trapped her. He knew that she was gonna go after Han. So they end up. So when she took him out of the carbonite, and now Han is in all human form. He's not frozen anymore, and he just can't see very well because he's still blinded. And once they capture them from the trap, they throw Han with Chewie in a cell. I think there's a lot of water in there. They gel him with Chewie. Chewie's gel too. And Jabba had this dancing girl alien. I don't know whether alien or human. I don't know. It's kind of she looks weird. I can't tell because she has these two things like this. I don't know. If it's part of the uniform or she's some kind of alien. Who knows? He sent her to some monster. I'm not gonna remember the name of the monster, and I feel dumb for saying the monster because I actually had the toy. The toy was that big. He has claws like this. He's very big, big headed. He has a big teeth. Um, that monster ate that dancing girl of Jabba's. So now Leia's gonna replace that dancing girl and being a sexy, sensual thing. And for Leia's gonna be Jabba's dancing girl. Backdrop my talking what B says that sorry she's back. She dropped her phone with lightning and lights going out. All right, B, welcome back. You can jump in here and comment if you want. Shrimp and Troy are AFK. They're gone for them. I don't know where they went. They're probably playing video games hardcore Fortnite. You could comment anytime. Anybody in here wants to come and join the chat, come and chat, comment, introduce yourself, whatever you like, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Well, what? Whoa, what scared you, shrimp? So, like I was saying, Princess Leia will be Jabba's new dancing girl. Um, Luke gets there. Luke ends up finding a monster. They trap. They Luke is talking to Jabba, and but Jabba has like a trap door. Luke falls down, ends up finding a monster, kills a monster. Everybody's gonna remember. What do you remember if you've seen this movie? When Luke is running away from that monster in that pit because he's falling from the trap door, he's gonna get the monster's gonna try to get him by the hand, gets Luke like that, like King Kong style. But Luke think he grabbed a bone and he puts it in the monster opens his mouth to eat Luke, and Luke puts that bone in the mouth, and I think they drop Luke, and then the alien that alien thing ends up or the monster. It's huge. It ends up he's like so tall, whatever, high in the sky. In the sky, my bad. He's just tall, very big. Okay, tall. And when they put the bone thing in the monster's mouth, he just crunches on it. Luke goes to run. He goes run to hide in some area of space where the monster can't, but it's very hard for him to get in. And monster tries to get Luke or something. I don't know if he grabs him up again. I don't remember, but I just know Luke gets the rock. He throws it, and it hits a switchboard, and then there's like a door, and then the monster's under the door. The door crushes or the head. No, it doesn't crush the head, but it kills. I think it's more like the neck area. Falls on the monster's neck. The door has spikes on it, so it kills the monster instantly. And that's how they escape. And then Jabba's gonna take all of them in some kind of it's like a boat in the sand. It's not a boat, but it hovers like everything in that movie almost. It's some kind of ship, sand ship kind of deal, and it doesn't touch the floor. It's hovering. Y'all know what how they say it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's gonna be very big, like a cruise liner, very not that big, but it's gonna be big to hold a lot of people or aliens or what have you. So now we're gonna go there. I think they call it a barge, even. So they're everyone's gonna go there, as far as I know. Oh, by the way, one of those pig aliens fell in there with Luke, and that one got eaten by the. I think it's called a Rangar, or something. Rancor. The Rancor ate the pig before Luke killed it. So now we're gonna go to the barge. We're in that barge thingy. Like I say, it's a cruise liner for sand. When the sand doesn't touch the floor, it's up hovering, and they're all there. The funny part you're gonna remember is R2D2 is serving drinks. C3PO Jabba had made him a translator. So he just by by Jabba, and then Princess Leia as well is made it to a dancer, kind of sexy kind of thing, and she's beside Jabba as well. We remember Jabba, he has like these. They look like frogs, and he just eats them and puts them in his mouth. It's disgusting, but pretty cool. By the way, Leia's also chained, just like the previous dancer. She's chained to Jabba. Han Solo's still in disguise. He has a mask over him. Um, and then they have they put, who is it? Han and only Luke, I believe. Is Chewie with them? I know Han and Luke is there for sure. Maybe Chewie. I did not. Okay, let me make this clear. I did not prepare for this that much. I was not even sure what topics I was gonna do. That's why I'm like, if I had just seen the movie before I did this, I would do like my movie reviews. But this is not a movie review. This is a live stream. So I'm just talking. I did not know exactly what I was gonna talk to. I came into this kind of freestyle. I'm just going by what I remember. Now, a lot of time my movie reviews, I do prepare for them and research and all that stuff, and I'll see the movie again. That's why I'm having trouble with this. If I had just seen this or not, no more. Anyway, so we're now, so it's Luke, Han for sure, and maybe Chewie's there. I think Chewie is there, and they're gonna put him on a smaller boat. They're gonna take him to a pit where the pit is like an animal or some kind of space age. It's like a mouth and it has teeth on the side, and you're like pretty much if you get dropped in there, you're not getting out. You're dead. That you're not dead. They've already said that it's gonna like suck on you till you die, and it's gonna take a long time for you to die. It's gonna be a very painful death. So not only are they gonna kill him, it's gonna be a painful, slow death. So it's like a pirate ship, that little boat. It has a plank. And they're gonna. I'm pretty sure that's where they got it from. And I think they're gonna drop Luke in there first. They're gonna sacrifice him first, and then that's where the whole scene starts. R2 on the big barge ship. Did I say ship? He's going to be on standby up there. You already know something's gonna happen. Luke gives a signal. R2 has a lightsaber on top of his head or whatever, and he shoots up. Luke gets it. I think he manages to, with the lightsaber, he's tied up like this with something, and he breaks whatever is holding him, and his hands are free, and that's where the battle begins. And he starts fighting on that little ship, and he rescues. He's gonna untie uh, Han and Chewbacca. And I think Han has already gone over his side. I think he could see now. He has to because I believe he helps. He ain't gonna do it blind. And there's a big battle to make a long. Well, I have to talk about this part because Boba Fett comes out and it's very bad what happens to it. um, Boba Fett ends up from the barge. He goes to go to the little ship to go help take care of to go try to kill Chewie, Chewie, Han, and Luke. He's unsuccessful. He does this cool thing where he shoots a rope and it goes around Luke, and it works for a while, but Luke breaks loose. Uh, somebody, I think I remember Han going, Bubble Fit, Bubble Fit. And I think Han has a weapon as a spear or something. He accidentally hits you see, they didn't even take out Bubble Fett out, really. It was an accident. Trying to make my character Bubble Fett save face, but Han accidentally has a long staff and it hits like the on switch button to Boba Fett's rocket or something, and Boba Fett rocket ends up shooting him into hitting the side of the sand and then falling into the to that monster pit thingy slash pit whatever it is, and but I supposedly Boba Fett dies, which I'm gonna debate about because there's a book that says he didn't and that he got out. Your opinion, whatever, you know. Um, B says, hand put into carbon freezing. Yeah, babe, we already passed that part. We're in the part where they're in the ships, the sand ships, where my favorite character Boba Fett comes out. So Boba Fett supposedly died. We'll leave it like that. But in my mind, no, he didn't die. They all end up winning the battle. They explode the big barge, and then they take off in the little ship. There is a fight in the big barge, and I'm just gonna say they won. Luke gets on top of there, I believe, and he makes the ship blow up. And the little ship they take off. I think there was two little ships though. What happened to the other one? Maybe some bad guys took off in the other one, or I could be wrong. I don't know. And once they escaped there and destroyed the big barge, and they killed. Oh, by the way, Princess Leia choked. While this was going on, Princess Leia was tied up to chained to Jabba the Hutt, and she ends up strangling him. And she kills him before that, before they blow up everything. Oh yeah, Princess Leia. Now I'm remembering this. She gets one of the big guns on the barges. She points it at the. This kind of doesn't make any sense. She points a big gun to the ship, and I don't think she's fast enough. Where you point the gun to the ship, it explodes, and you have time to get away. I don't think that would really happen. If you put a big gun and hit in it to the surface, I'm pretty sure it's gonna blow up so fast you ain't gonna have time to run and escape. Especially a big explosion like that. But I brought up a point. But we're just gonna go by what the movie said. They escaped, and now they're back with the rebels, I believe. The rebel. What do you call a rebel fleet? That's the word I'm looking for. They catch up with a rebel fleet. They all escape. So they all escape, right? It's gonna be Han, Leia, Chewbacca, Lando, and the droids R2D2 and C3PO. I believe that's all of them. They escape, and now they're with a rebel fleet in space. Um, B said okay. Hey B, we're already going on 2 hours. I'm probably gonna go the extra 30 minutes. So we're gonna continue with the Star Wars thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might touch a little bit on horror, um, or finish off with Star Wars. I don't know. But hey, folks. Okay, I said I was gonna do 2 hours, and I've already did it. I'm gonna go the extra 30 minutes. You guys, my friends. I know it's like a school night. Sometimes I don't know if you guys go to school or not, whatever. But if you guys have to go and do other stuff, I understand. You want to stick around, stick around. I know B. She might. Hey B, if you need to go to bed, that's cool. If you can't sleep or whatever, you're more than welcome to join us for the 30 minutes. But if you're tired, B, you can go to bed. So let me know. Are you gonna stay up to 30 minutes, or do you have to go to bed already? The only valid reason cause she does work on the laptop and stuff. And it's a weekday. Tomorrow is Friday, right? I'm not even sure about the days. So B, let me know if you're gonna stay up or you're gonna for the rest of the 30 minutes, or you're going to go to bed. All right, I'm gonna talk to you guys, viewers. Again, she's gonna try to hang on for the 30 minutes. Cool. So I'm doing 30 minutes extra time. Any of you viewers want to jump in, jump in. You want to just watch, that's fine too. And you guys that are watching, I appreciate you watching. Hope you're having a good time. I'm jumping everywhere. I apologize for that, but that might just be my style. I do have to not go by just sticking to what something because I want to put you guys first and do what I'll how do you say it? I'll go by what you say. I'll talk about what you want. But right now we're in the middle. We're kind of close to the more close to the beginning of Return of the Jedi. We're at the where the rebels are. They're rejoining the fleet of the main ones, Luke, Leia, and all that. Okay. Well, good. We're gonna do 30 minutes. If you want to go to bed, you can let me know. Okay, at any point in time. Yeah, I want to know if you're sleepy, but I know you're gonna say you're sleepy. It is kind of late at night. So we're gonna go back where the rebels have joined the fleet, the rebel fleet. And they start planning pretty easy right after this. They automatically start off. I know there's gonna be a meeting in one of those ships, and all the main ones are gonna be there. They're gonna elect Lando to be the commander leader of the the other space. I want to say all ghetto spaceships, but I don't know how to put it. The X-wings and all that. They're gonna have a space attack on the Death Star. They're gonna have an attack on. Let me start over. There's gonna be three main battles when they join the fleet. A direct attack on the Death Star. Actually, it's not direct, but I'll get into it in a little bit. They're gonna have this was more of a direct attack. They're gonna have a direct attack on. Wow, folks! I remember the planet Endor. Who's on Endor? The Ewoks, the famous Ewoks. They're gonna try to take out. It's like I want to say a shack. Okay, it's a fancy shack, and it's actually it has it's the main source of a shield that's protecting the Death Star. They need to take that out before they do a direct attack on the Death Star. And then you're gonna have the most famous battle, which yeah, I guess it's okay. Well, it's the main battle between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. It's mainly them two, but then the Emperor is gonna get involved, and the Emperor is there. Now, me being like military stuff, I'm gonna like the battles with the spaceships and the spaceships and the ground battle for indoor. Of course, when I was a little boy, I guess it was okay. The lightsabers, probably, I because that came out. Yeah, I saw it, and I liked it. I mean, it was okay, but I think I was more into the indoor fight, the land battle, and the spaceships attacking the Death Star. Um, Hi, how do you say your name? Inil? Inil? Hi. Right now we're doing Star Wars, but we could talk about whatever you want. How are you tonight? You can jump in and comment and ask me anything you want, you know. We can even talk about whatever movie you want as well. Um, I don't know if you're cool with Star Wars. What's so cute, B? She goes, oh, they so cute. Oh, she thinks she's talking about the Ewoks. So how are you doing? Doing okay? I hope you're doing okay, man. Welcome to my welcome to my live stream chat. You can as soon as you comment or tell me something, I'll respond back. It's just us. We're hanging out, man. Welcome to the live stream. I'm reading everybody's comments. Nobody's getting ignored like other reviewers. Um. So yeah, you got those three battles going on. Um. Like I say, the battle for Endor and the battle for Endor and the battle for the Death Star, they're awesome. The lightsaber fight's pretty cool, but they're all awesome. You got the Ewoks there. The Rebels land. Luke goes with them. With so who's gonna go to Endor? It's gonna be Luke, Han, Leia, Chewbacca, and both the droids, right? And then Lando's the only main one that's that's in charge of the he let Han, by the way, lets him borrow, gives him the keys to the to the Millennium Falcon. So he's the only main character that's gonna be involved with the space battle to take out the Death Star. So they all, but the rest of them, they're gonna land on Endor, and there's a big fight in Endor. They end up in the Ewoks. The Ewoks help the rebels take out the shield place. They fight with the Empire. They're successful over the Empire. The Empire has a whole bunch of soldier troops there. They have the first scout troops, the ones that are on the motorbikes. You have the regular stormtroopers, and they do not have any main characters except for Darth Vader was there. But Darth Vader, he captures Luke and then takes him to um, the Death Star. Correct. And so the rebels take out the shield. To make a long story short, I'm gonna probably jump into other stuff. They take out the shield. So all the spaceships and freaking yeah, we are with Lando. You have your big star. They're not starships, but spaceships that they have with the rebels. The Death Star destroys one of them, so blows it up. So they're like, oh gosh, this is really serious. They find out that oh yeah, they find out the Death Star is operational. And when you see that this Death Star, it's like it's not made. You could see like it's not fully made. So and that's the way they can get in the smaller ships from the rebels, but they can't because it's defended by shield. But they already took out the shield. The little ships get in there along with Han, so it's operational. But I don't know. Do they take up one or two big rebel spaceships? I know they blow up one for sure. But anyways, they take out the shield. The smaller ships go in there, and there's a whole bunch of Tie fighters too. So a lot of rebel spaceships get killed. The smaller ones, but the ones that get in, Han Lando goes in. The Death Star takes out. He shoots the mid part and destroys the. He's ended up destroying the Death Star, but before that, I don't even remember getting into the lightsaber scene with Luke and Darth Vader. Uh, they're talking for a while, but what ends up happening is that Luke's handcuffed. Emperor takes his handcuffs, gets his handcuffs off magically. There's a fight with Luke and Vader. Luke ends up defeating Vader, but Vader's still alive. The Emperor gets up, and I don't remember. Does he give Luke an ultimatum? Join me or whatever. I don't remember, but I think he does, and then Luke says, "No, I'm not gonna go with you, Emperor." And then that's where the Emperor starts shocking Luke. Darth Vader gets musters up the energy and is on the Emperor's side, but he probably could have survived if he wanted to. But Darth Vader ends up picking the Emperor, throws him down a pit, and go there goes the Emperor, dies. Um, Shrimp says my cat's sitting in front of my computer. Ha ha. I'm pretty sure it's cute, Shrimp. So the first battle that was won for the rebels, a battle in Endor, and then now we have Luke defeating Vader and the Emperor, but Vader has switched sides to help Luke. They could have won. Vader could have, but oh my gosh, I forgot to say, Luke already knows that Vader's his son. I forgot to mention over there. And part two, Vader had told Luke that Vader, I am your father. Everybody knows that. So maybe I don't have to mention this very famous scene. Um, After that, we still need the Death Star to be destroyed. Um, what ends up happening is Luke is carrying Darth Vader. I don't know how because Darth Vader is really tall and big, but after their battle that Luke's won, he tries to save Darth Vader, but he's not. Uh, Luke unmasks Vader, see his face. Darth Vader masked him to unmask him. After that, he sees him that his father's face is all messed up. Luke drags Darth Vader into a transport, uh, Empire transport, and he escapes in the nick of time. Before now, we get to Han. Han is flying in the middle of the Falcon with one X-wing behind him, escort, whatever, and he shoots the mid part of the Death Star. He hightails it out of there with the escort, and they make it a nick of time, and the Death Star is destroyed. So now they won the Battle of Endor. The rebels did. The rebels, no, Luke defeated the Emperor and Darth Vader, and then Lando was successful in destroying the Death Star, and Luke made it at the nick of time with the corpse of Darth Vader. We'll find out later. They make a nick of time so everybody survives, except for the only ones that are not gonna survive is the pilots that man some of the small little X-wings and all that stuff. Some of them died. I don't remember. They had some soldiers with them on Endor. The rebels did. I don't know. Some of them died. Some Ewok, some of the Ewoks kicked the bucket. Unfortunately, some of them died. But all the main crew, they're all alive and well. Hey, Enil, did you have anything else to say? And we'll see if Enil responds, and if he doesn't, that's fine. Again, welcome. And at the end, there's a big I want to say Ewok party, but all the rebels are there. The rebels are there too on Endor. They're all partying, and you want, and I guess someone else would want Luke to party with them, but he just lost his father that he barely knew. I guess he only knew him as Darth Vader for most of the part, and Luke ends up putting Darth Vader somewhere on Endor, like it's full of twigs or whatever, on a platform in Endor, and he ends up burning the corpse of Darth Vader, and there ends. That's really cool because he likes Star Wars too. It's the kitty turned shrimp. He likes Star Wars too. Ha ha ha. Yeah, be the kitty likes Star Wars too. Um, and the last thing I'm gonna say about Return of the Jedi is that they have the X-wings on Oriendor shooting fireworks, and they're all partying. The Ewoks, the pilots, the soldiers, the main rebels, which is cool. And that concludes me talking about Return of the Jedi. Now, what I'm gonna do is the rest of the time we have left, I'm gonna go into horror and talk horror movies. Those of you in the chat, and like, once again, y'all are just watching. Thank you for watching. Hope you're having a good time. But those of you in the chat that are commenting, we're going to horror. I'm seeing shrimp. I'm seeing Neil. Um, I think shrimp or beer with us are right now. Neil, I think he left. He or she left. So you guys, um, you want to bring up topics for horror? And if you whoever wants to participate is still there. There's still time to participate. You got 15 minutes left. But we're going to horror right now, and the first comment. This is debatable. I had a friend of mine tell me that their favorite horror movie was Devil's Rejects, and the Devil's Rejects. And the first thing I told that person is I don't consider that horror, but I think it is labeled as horror. Yes, they do kill people in there. Here, okay. B, first topic of the day. First topic of the day, and I'm almost gonna about to end, but in 15 minutes we still have time. Still have time. Um, you remember Devil's Rejects? B, do you consider that horror? A friend of mine told me the Devil's Rejects was horror, which I love that movie. That's cool. Now, I guess that's what I'm gonna start with. Is the Devil Rejects considered a horror movie? Well, I'm gonna respond because I'm waiting for her response. She washing her hair or something. I'm just kidding. Um, and I had to think about it. I'm like, is that really horror? It's because they use a lot of guns there, do they? They use guns sometimes. And yeah, I have to say, yes, it is considered a horror movie. That person was correct. Correct. They were correct. And I agree, it is horror because anything with killing, right? And I should say it's horror automatically, but I forgot that they have this monster, this really tall monster in the Devil's Rejects. Tiny. Tiny is his name. Okay, B disagrees. It's not horror. Why would you say it's not horror, B? But I'll wait for a response while I keep talking about it. And we're gonna talk about those rejects. It's gruesome. Yeah, it is gruesome. Okay. You're saying it's gruesome, but not it's not horror. Why would it not? If it's gruesome, that's more leading towards horror, wouldn't you think? B, why do you think the Devil's Rejects is not considered horror? Um, maybe it's not fair, but we're gonna do whatever we want to show. But maybe it's not fair to talk about the Devil's Rejects because you have to talk about the House of a Thousand Corpses to start the thing because that's what explains. I mean, that's the first movie before the Devil's Rejects, and they're both Rob Zombie movies. I feel kind of weird because my mentor that I have a mentor for me to start doing this. He does not like The devil's he does not like Rob Zombie at all. I do. But I will explain the devil's rejects first. I'll get into it a little bit. Maybe I won't get into it too much because I probably want to do a review on that. I've only have three movies out. There's like a million movies out there. I'll even do classic movies. I don't care. I do like a lot of classics, even black and white. I'll go that far. Disturbing and brutal, she says. Disturbing and brutal, but doesn't that explain horror? No monsters. Yeah, there is a monster, wouldn't you think? Well, maybe you're right. But Tiny, do you remember the tall guy that he's just all messed up? But you're right. Technically, he's not a monster. He was human. What happens in the Devil Reject is that I guess the dad, which is I'm not even clear. Um, According to Mother Butterfly, the mother of Tiny, she says that his father burned the house or something, and I would think everybody else escaped because nothing looked like happened to him. But Tiny got he was very tall to begin with, and then he was brutally burned from the fire. You don't remember Tiny? Tiny comes out in the House of Thousand Corpses, and he does come out in the Devil's Rejects. He does not come out as much as the Devil's Rejects that he does in the House of a Thousand Corpses. Y'all like my hair? Well, the Devil's Rejects. It starts off at the house where they. I'm gonna try to catch y'all up for y'all that haven't seen the Devil's Rejects. There's a house where they killed a lot of people, and here there's already damage been done. They've already killed a lot of people, probably for years and years and years. But in the House of Thousand Corpses, they killed a lot of people there, and so here the let's just put it this way: the cops have already caught up to this family. This family has been killing people for probably for generations. No, no scary monster. Okay, we'll say it's not a scary monster. Tiny's not a scary monster. No, you and me need to talk about it. We'll discuss it. It's not fair here because I have more of a voice because I'm talking and you can only type so much. But going back, the cops have already caught up to that family and they're already at their house. The cops attack the house. They put their cop cars or their sheriffs. They line up their cars outside the house and they have their guns and I don't know if I want to call them the family, but the bad guys in the house, Mother Firefly and her sons and her daughter and Tiny, except for the section of Tiny, they already know the cops are outside and they're getting their guns ready. They have machine guns and pistols, and we know the sheriffs are gonna have like M16s. They're gonna have machine guns as well. B says she likes Jason with hockey mask. Yeah, I'm doing the Friday the 13th part 3 for Troy. So there's gonna be a gun battle, and the sheriffs end up winning. They the sheriffs end up winning, and they get Mother Firefly. They almost have her. The sheriffs makes her way in. She puts her gun like this, and she run out of bullets, and they take her in. And then now I forgot her name, but she's played by Sherry Moon Zombie. I don't know remember her character. Her baby. name's Baby. She takes off with her. I guess it's not even a with a guy with a long beard. I forgot his name, but yeah, he's played by Rob Zombie, but I don't remember his character's name. Probably will come to me. Um, those two escape, and I guess Baby's brother gets killed. He's a big, bulky guy. I don't know if that's the guy that comes out in House of a Thousand Corpses. Movies with clowns is horror. That's what B says. She's yeah, she's afraid of clowns. So what most of the movie ends up is that those two characters, Baby and I guess she calls him his brother, but I'm pretty sure there's evidence to believe that he's not Mother Firefly's son. So he's probably a stranger, man. She just calls him brother, whatever. They take off and they go into town. They end up going to a motel. They hold these people hostage, and then they call. She calls her dad, which plays a clown. He's really huge, he's like 6'6", I think. 6'4", 6'4", 6'5" at least. He ends up with them, so now it's three of them in the hotel. They take these people's room away, and I believe they kill all of them. But the one I know, I remember this. They end up Sheriff Wydell ends up in the picture, and Sheriff Wydell's gonna go after them, and he's taking this personally because they killed this family killed his brother in the first movie. Excuse me, House of a Thousand Corpses. They end up when they kill all them. They end up the three of them, Baby, her dad, and her adopted brother. They end up killing everybody in the motel. They end up going somewhere. They end up going to I don't want to say the bad word, but it's how do you say it? Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. They go up to a place where they have a whole bunch of hookers, prostitutes, whatever you want to call them, and they have a pimp, some big black guy, not to be racist, African American. Wydell's looking for them. He kills Mother Butterfly, and then Wydell tracks him down. He uses a wrestler in real life called Diamond Dallas Page, and then Machete comes out. Rondo. That's one of B's favorite characters, Machete. So the family, like I say, they go to the prostitute hooker house where they have. I don't want to. I know what the term's called. I'm gonna say it has a bad word in it. It's run by a black guy pimp, and Wydell hires the wrestler Diamond Dallas Page, which that's his real wrestling name, and Machete. It's not his real name, but you know what I'm talking about. Plays his character, but his name's Rondo in here, and Wydell they track him down. Those two guys go into. They trap him at night. All the most of the main hookers and the Firefly family, I'll call them, and they capture all three of them, and then they take them back to their house. These two individuals take these three back to the house once they capture them. Wydell meets them over there, or Wydell drives them over there. They put them in a Wydell's truck, and then he takes all three of them over there. And Wydell ends up torturing all three of them: Baby's dad, and Baby's adopted brother from the Firefly family. I'm going to call him. He tortures them. Um, they end up escaping. They kill Wydell, and all three of them get in a car. They have guns, and they take off. And they defeated Wydell, but they take off and they go on the road. And there's a when they're driving on the I don't know, it's some road that goes in the mountains or something. There's already a barricade, a police barricade, and the police barricade ends up killing all three of them. Which you think that's the what I thought, and then you're gonna, and then it came out another movie, and they all survived, but but baby's dad didn't survive in the next movie, and but baby and her adopted brother ended up living. All right, we're about to end right now. B, we're already ending, and I'm just gonna wrap it up. That concludes today's live stream. You already got to two and a half hours. You guys my friends, my immediate friends right now. I hope I make more. I want to thank you for showing up to the show, B and Shrimp and Troy and Neil. I didn't know exactly who you were. I was hoping to get to know you, but you left. That's fine. The rest of you, thanks for watching. My name's Alberto, aka A Destroyer 48. I hope most of you join the revolution, join my group, not my group, our group. Please join, and I will see you guys next time. Later, bye.